Hey, welcome. We're gonna be filming live. We're gonna do Project Highjump today. This is gonna be different for most guys, but it'd be doing Project Highjump because I'm taking it from a stoner's point of view. All right, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Get your fucking bongs going. I'm gonna be smoking gravity bongs today. I got some Maui Wowie. Last time we had what was it? We had Pineapple Express. And now we have Maui Wowies. We had two movie strains here, which is always good. That's what we're going to talk about today. Alright. That's it. Talk about things all the time, I guess. What we do. Like I said, I'm smoking that Maui Wowie. Nice purple looking bud. It's got nice crystals, nice taste, nice aroma. I'm going to smoke it in a joint. I always smoke a little fine joints. Even when we're watching some Blue Fire, you always know how I do it. But I am smoking gravity bongs also at the same time today. I will smoke those in a nice little. I smoke pinners just to get the taste and flavor, and I find out how good it is. And then I rate it from like 1 to 10. So today we are going to be checking out this Project Highjump. And just right now, you know how I do it. I do it first off. I get high first before I get, before we deep dive, we get high first. Oh, deep dive, and then we get high. Or, maybe she can get so high, eh? Deep dive. We get high, then we get deep dive. Get high, then deep dive. Get high, then deep dive. Those play video games on this too. You guys all know that. We're going to check it out. You guys know if you don't. If we check it out. Check it out though. We're going to be having the other sites going to be strictly gaming, only gaming, strictly gaming. All right, take a look at some Project Highjump stuff here. I know you guys all want to get going on this, so let's get this going. Let's take something like this one first.
They don't want you to know about this. This is one of the most mysterious and controversial military missions in history. Right after World War II, the United States launched an expedition to build a research base in Antarctica. But this is where their story starts to break down. The expedition was led by an Admiral Byrd, and he led a fleet of 13 ships, 33 aircrafts, and 4,700 men. An unusually large force for a so-called peaceful research mission. Despite being planned for 6 months, the operation was abruptly cut short after just 8 weeks. So, what happened exactly? There are many documents outlining that the U.S. was investigating German World War II bases in Antarctica. The Germans had established a fully functional base called Base 211, also known as New Berlin. At this location, the Germans had conducted research on advanced technologies and spacecraft such as the Hannibal. But it gets even crazier. According to Admiral Byrd's diary and accounts from his crew, in approach to New Berlin, they encountered a flying disc which guided them towards an opening. The opening led to a highly advanced underground civilization where he met beings far superior superior in technology. Bird claimed that the Germans and these beings were working together, and the consensus is that they are still operational today. This is now known as Operation Highjump. They don't want you to know about this. This is one of the most mysterious and controversial.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and South Pole.
I got a little lineup of high jump
unexplored land
clips
left
here.
on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. But strangely enough, there's nothing in the world today, an area as big as the United States, that's never been seen by a human being. And that's...
Okay, so when they say they came from a diary, what he's saying right now. They say it came from a diary, okay? How is that true? It came from a diary, then they dismiss it because they think it was false. Okay, he made up the diary. Whoever found the diary came up with it after. But what he's saying right now, they silenced him after. They didn't let him talk after. He never talked about it again.
Beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America. And it's, I think it's quite astonishing that the ship be an area as big as that unexplored. So there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world. We've found enough coal within 180 miles of the South Pole in a great ridge of mountains. It's not covered with snow, enough to supply the whole world for quite a while.
Hear that?
Coal. Now, there's evidence of many other minerals. We're pretty sure there's oil. Now, that coal shows the bottom of the world. They are by far the coldest spot in the world. Where that coal is gets 100 below zero in the winter. Well, tropical. So we think there's oil there, and there's evidence.
No, that's the first time I ever heard anyone say that it was once tropical. They never believed it till lately.
It would be practical to actually go after, I suppose. Everything else would be economically unfeasible.
Well, as we recklessly expend our resources, the time will come when we'll have to go after that stuff down there. You know, I avoided what you said about uranium. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to have the world fighting over the Antarctic.
And is there a competition among other nations to try to get information?
Uranium, as we know, comes from meteors.
To secure some of these resources?
Well, yes.
Other worlds.
And there are several nations very much interested.
And why?
Russia is interested tremendously. That I'm sure of. Australia has an expedition down there. The Argentine, the Chile, New Zealand, Britain, and so on. Now you can understand those people down there being interested because they live down there. The New Zealanders, the Argentinians, the Chileans, and the Australians. And so we don't do much about claiming anything.
Admiral, you make a sound about it. Are there that many expeditions now there or en route there?
Well, you know, as I said, it's the most peaceful place in the world, but I don't think it will be for long because of this intense interest on the part of other nations and this nation.
Well, Admiral,
May I ask you, is there a great difference between the top of the world and the bottom of the world?
There is. Now, the North Pole is the center of an ocean 10,000 feet deep. The South Pole is the center of a plateau 10,000 feet high. The North Polar Sea is surrounded by continents, as slightly called. The Arctic continent is surrounded by a belt of ice frozen seas at least 1,200 miles thick. Now, the south is a plateau that gets in some places 14,000 feet up. I've been over areas about 18,000. And it's a little bit chilly up there. So there's a big difference between the top and bottom of the world. The North really isn't very chilly up there.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this earth?
Operation High Jump. We need to get into this because they lied to us about everything, including what they were doing there. See, what they ran into in Antarctica was they ran into an opposition. They ran into an opposition. That's why they immediately needed a lot of military help. That's what Operation High Jump was about. We're going to get into exactly why they call it Operation High Jump.
Were they all getting high before they went in there? I know I would be.
High Jump, they ass up out of here. Operation High Jump, 1946-47 expedition to Antarctica that involved the following events. Check that out. It involved 13 ships. 13 ships? Think about that. 13 naval ships. 25 aircraft.
Right?
4,700 men. What did y'all need 13 ships, 25 aircraft, 4,700 men for?
Somebody did something down there. They don't want to know about.
At Little
That's why they hit everything.
And for weather stations.
Well, they say for weather stations.
For what?
But I don't believe that. Do you?
Operation for mapping. If there's nothing there, what do you map?
Right? What are you mapping down there?
Deployed over 4,000 men, 13 naval.
They left early, too. That's what I'm trying to say.
To test the ability of
Nuh-uh.
military operations in the polar environment? You mean to tell me y'all sent 13 naval ships, 25 aircraft, 4,700 men to Antarctica?
And they flew back down.
From the cold? We got Alaska for that.
Or Canada. Come up here.
Did that in Siberia.
Oh, yeah. Let you guys know, too. Don't be smoking weed unless it's legal where you are. It's legal up here where I am. It's going to live in Canada. So.
But that's an excuse. Because when they went to Antarctica, they needed those naval ships, they needed those aircraft, because they were running into these.
That's right.
To escape someplace and get into another place where whoever was there did not want them there. Otherwise,
But Admiral Byrd talked to him.
why would y'all need fighter planes in Antarctica? Fighter planes in Antarctica. Planes that shoot. Not planes that take pictures. Planes that shoot. Because you're fighting something. These people right here, these secret Jesuit people, all these Newton physicists and all these other NPCs, these are the reasons why you think you're on a globe. It's because of these individuals.
I'll be right back, everybody. Just gonna let it play out for you for a second. Got a couple minutes left.
This is the only picture you have of your globe. You should question it. And never, ever in history has anyone ever recorded anything leaving the ground here in Earth, going all the way out to space, and then looking back and seeing anything that resembles this. Never, ever. Anytime you see a video, it's a rocket. The rocket goes up, then the rocket just hits something and comes right back down. It hits something. Something like this rock.
What the fuck is going on here? So it's like rocket bed.
That's why they claim we're on a globe, but we're not on a globe. We're on this landmass surrounded by ice. This is what Operation High Jump is all about.
I don't think it's a
High
that's
Jump
for this
is up here, and they want to escape here. Here is where there's a dome. There's a dome covering this whole entire thing.
I don't believe that.
A firmament, a celestial barrier. That's why this organization came up with this tree here. If you notice, this tree right here is designed to keep us out because they don't want us to find out about the other continents or the other land masses that exist outside of our landmass. So just trust and know there's a lot that goes on beyond that ice wall in Antarctica than they're telling you. Because
Let me know if you believe about that ass wall.
Because
I don't.
they are trying to basically escape this realm or escape this firmament. That's what
I believe there's like something in Antarctica, but I don't think there's a nice wall. I think there's
that's why they make a big
floating aliens out there
trying
underneath the ice.
blast
That's what I
through the celestial barrier.
Now, we may not have all the pieces, but trust and believe. We're gonna figure it.
Yeah, TikTok's a lot more skeptical, I think.
Did you know that in 1946, one of the most respected U.S. Navy officers claimed to have seen something impossible, something that made him retire on the spot? Admiral Richard Evelyn.
So Richard Byrd, basically, I'll tell you what really happened. What really happened was he went down there. He went down there with the fleet. For 3 hours, he was out of contact for them, out of radio contact. Never any. What he saw was open land, and as he saw this open land, like meaning he could see green land, he saw mammoths. He said he saw a mammoth. Apparently, you never know. And there's probably places on the land where there's big giant sloths. So man hasn't explored yet, so we can't see them. I think that what he said, he got taken over by aircrafts that were apparently say has swastikas. Not he didn't say German swastikas. He said it was fantastic though. It had swastikas on it. But swastikas that are tilted on its side, not tilted on its side the way. Well, not the Nazi symbol. It's the one that's the symbol of life. I think it is. If you look it up, right now we're just going to be doing this, but that's what happened. And they were called the Aryans, which was coincidentally the Germans went down there before us in 1946, and now they are the Aryan Brotherhood. Just saying, there's got to be a coincidence because there was a superior race down there called the Aryans that were all white, like very pale skin, white, blue eyes, blonde hair, that were a superior race. That explained, I guess they talked to Admiral Byrd saying, listen, you're like the very respectable person that people will listen to, take it seriously, so you got to tell them about us. And they did. He did, came back, and this is what happened to him. Listen.
Byrd was leading Operation High Jump.
Yeah.
Their goal was simple: survey the land and report back optimal locations to establish a research facility. And this was a massive operation. 4,700 soldiers. You see, there was only one rule given to Admiral Byrd: do not, by any circumstances, go over the wall. And for the most part, Admiral Byrd kept to that rule. They were flying together in squadrons, surveying the land, reporting back on
See what he has to
locations.
say.
But one morning, Admiral Byrd would wake up with a curiosity. It was like an itch that he could not scratch. So he gets on his airplane and he prepares for a solo flight. He lets radio control know he's about to take off and he's going to do a solo expedition. And like any other typical day, he's reporting back what he sees. But as the day goes on, Admiral Byrd goes closer and closer to the ice wall. The Navy is, of course, very aware of this. And as he's flying over this wall, he describes flying over vast ice fields. Then suddenly, a valley without stone. Mountains surrounded it. His instruments grew warm. And his private journal, never meant for the public, he allegedly wrote, "We saw a land beyond the pole, a place that is not marked by any map. But
as you saw before, and that's why I wanted to show you the other one, I did say it before.
For 3 hours. What happened in those 3 hours? We'll never know. But after that solo flight, Byrd came back a different man. A pale white face adorned him. He was visibly shaken. And shortly after, his mission was abruptly ended. Byrd retired.
Well, no, more of a story is, too, he actually went down there and was put into a one bunker cell for both, I think it was like 6 months, it was supposed to be 6 months. Underneath the ground, they had these heaters, or they dig underground and put like, well, basically, I think it was not underground. They dig the snow and they cover it up with snow and put like chimneys in them and stuff. He lived in there for, I think it was like 3 months, and then he got really sick. They had to go and get him, and he was doing research by sitting there alone. I don't know why, but he was. That would be very, 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 very depressing in my mind. No windows, no nothing, just dug in the ground, cubicle. Can't be the size more of my kitchen. Wow. Just wow. I do have some footage that I'd probably get in trouble if I showed. Some real footage. Real footage of it. Not this fake stuff. I mean, not like just showing you pictures of Antarctica. I'm talking of Project highjump. Ones we're not supposed to see. We're going to get a list of that together. I think you guys probably prefer that. So let's get that together.